Hello, my name is Jamila Blue. I am an astrologer and transformation guide. I help individuals elevate their essence and connect to the divine through play using lots of different modalities that I have found highly effective over the last 20 plus years of my own personal self development as well as helping others. If this is something that speaks to you, if you want to really take your life to the next level and level up, reach out to me on my website. You can book a breakthrough session with me so that we can go ahead and get started and see the best ways for us to be able to work together. All right, so what are the Decans? Briefly, the Decans are a ancient time watching sky viewing practice that the ancients used um, to be able to tap into the energies of the time. They were also found in the proof of the Decans were found in the ancient pharaoh's tomb, so they go back really far. So, just briefly, because there is a video that goes into the Decans in a more expansive view, so briefly, I'll just talk about the Decans here. And if you want a little more elaboration, you can go see that video. So, the Decans short form is every sign of the zodiac is broken into 30 degrees. Every decan is deca 10 degrees. So every sign essentially has 3 decans, and each of those 3 decans is ruled by a different planet. The decans are also found in tarot, which I absolutely love. It's a key fundamental part of tarot, which most people don't realize. Also, I love to be able to bring in the emotional correspondences of the plants that correspond with the planets of the decan. And so in this video, those are the things that we're going to highlight on. And yeah, so let's get into it. All right, so what is the energy of Capricorn Decan 1? What I love about this is we are leaving the last degree of Sagittarius, which Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, and we are entering into Saturn ruled Capricorn. And it so happens that the first decan of Capricorn is Jupiter. It doesn't always work like that with all of the decans, with all of the signs. However, it does with this one. And I really love when we think about this time of year, which starts at the summer, or excuse me, at the winter solstice, summer solstice if you are on the southern equator. However, here in the northern half of the hemisphere, we have the winter solstice. And so literally that point in time when the sun leaves Sagittarius and enters Capricorn, that is the moment that this decan begins. So when we think about this time of year, there's this time of celebration, of coming together with those that we love. There's an excitement in the air. There's a connection to traditions and ancient practices. All of the major religions will bring in the element of the celebration of let there be light, whether it's solstice and Yule, Kwanzaa, or Hanukkah. It's always about bringing forth the light at this time of year. And that's where this decan begins. So it's still very much a place of being inside, incubating, and being deep within ourselves while knowing there's this inner excitement, there's this knowingness that each and every day we're getting more and more light, and there's a lot of celebration around that. So it's just this wonderful time of year that we've got the the head of Janus, which is, looking to the past while looking at the future. We have the hourglass symbol, which is one of my favorite symbols for this period of time, which is you've got the structure of time, Saturn rolled, and the expansiveness of just that flow of Jupiter and moving through. And this also is represented in the last of the I Ching. So the last hexagram of the I Ching is also represented in this decan, which is endings and beginnings, which is really what this energy is promoting the most. We're taking a look at the head from behind. We're looking ahead. We're going deep within ourselves. We're asking ourselves, what do we need to change? What do we need to now root in with these new beginnings? What do I want to do differently with this blank canvas of this new slate ahead of me? How do I want to ground in my daily practice? How do I want to set up processes of my life so that I can build my dreams? So we've got this really beautiful time to incubate into that period of this excitement and this spiritual internal container, Jupiter ruled, to be able to just go within ourselves and blow on that inner flame of our being, just kind of going deep within and exploring that. So it's just a beautiful time of deep exploration as we bring forth this time. So it's also looking back, also it's a time of traveling long distances and just a lot of travel within, external, um, grounding, and it's jovial, it's joyful, but yet there's still a container around it with that Saturn. So it's this time of really when Saturn and Jupiter come together over this 10-day period. All right, so let's talk about the Tarot in Capricorn Decan 1. What you'll notice is in Tarot, not all of the major arcana, however, all of the sun signs are placed in the major arcana, which is quite amazing. And also, the pip cards are a combination of the of the two periods coming together. So in this first decan of Capricorn, for an example, we have the tarot card, which is for Capricorn is the devil, and the tarot card for Jupiter is the Wheel of Fortune. And when these two cards come together, we have the pip card, which is the Two of Pentacles. So Pentacles is earth signs are going to be pentacles. And so when we've got this combination of Jupiter and Capricorn, we have this pip card. Now, this pip card in the Rider-Waite Tarot, you see this boat in the background, and indicates this man who may have just recently stepped off the boat, and it's this period of change. The Two of Pentacles represents the Lord of Change. And so where is he going to land? How is he going to ground? What is it that he's going to bring into what is it that he's going to bring together? We've got on the pip card, he's holding the two coins with what looks like a infinity sign, which is found in a few of the other cards. And it represents this ever-ending period of growth. So for an example, since this is since solstice is essentially the beginning of our new year, as that light is becoming, looking at ancient traditions, that would be when the new year starts. And that's the energetic properties of following the natural rhythms of the earth. That's when things begin. And the sun actually moves in this infinity symbol flow in the sky. So throughout all year, if you take a picture of the sun every day of the year at the same time of day, you'll notice that it will create this symbol, which is fascinating as well. It also represents the beginning and endings of things. So as a period closes out, a new chapter begins. And that's part of the symbol of just being able to come together. So I'm not going to go deep into the tarot as to what the devil means or what the Wheel of Fortune means. However, I will say that with Capricorn Devil, he is the master of the material realm. He is the master of games. He is a trickster. He is just very good at material gain, and Capricorns in general work hard, play harder. And so there's that element to the devil card as well. Briefly going looking at the Wheel of Fortune, the Wheel of Fortune is really how we go with the life that is laid before us. It's going to have its ups and downs. And the Wheel of Fortune reminds us that it's always going with the flow and being okay with the cycles of life, with its ups and its downs. So I'm not going to go much further into those cards. However, the center of this decan is truly the pip card, the two of coins or pentacles or discs, whatever term you would like to use. And I just love how the decans are brought into the tarot. It's really helped me in my tarot practice as I've learned more about how they come in and how they work. And it just brings an added layer of history, which I think is fascinating as well. All right, so let's talk about the emotional correspondence, the emotional correspondences of the essential oils. As I'd mentioned before, I love bringing together plants and planets. It's one of my favorite things. The emotional qualities that we can use through the essential oils is really amazing when we bring it into our daily lives. It can be used for a lot of things, breaking through barriers, being able to help with focus. They're also great remedies for various ailments. I use them all the time for whatever ailment that I may have. I'm always looking up what does this essential oil help with to be able to get that taken care of. So there's so many health benefits to them as well. On a side note, I only use therapeutic grade essential oils. Over the counter, even if they say it's 100% natural, I guarantee you it's not. It's going to be filled with lots of chemicals, lots of byproducts, lots of things, and you're not going to get the true essence of that oil unless you are going with a company that is heavily researched by outside researchers to be able to verify the grade and the potency of that essential oil. So those are the only oils that I use with any essential oils that I bring in. I don't like contaminated oils. I don't like to put anything in my body that's contaminated if I can, if I've got the control to do so, and the same is holds true with essential oils. So, side note, just wanted to get that out of the way. So let's get into the emotional qualities of these essential oils. So patchouli is my favorite oil for Capricorn. So I use patchouli all month long. So for all 3 decans of Capricorn, patchouli is being used. And there are lots of different oils for the planets, just so you know. And so this is my favorite. You might decide that you like another oil for Capricorn. And if you do find that, I would love to hear about the benefits that you found and why. So make sure that you leave those comments for me because I'm a very curious person and I love to try out different things. So the when we think about patchouli, it's all about grounding and stabilizing. It really helps us, especially with this period of time as we're going into the new year. It really helps us look at letting go of what is dying, what no longer serves us, what it is that we want to shed and let go of, and what new identity do we want to bring into the world. And so patchouli is really helpful for doing just that. It inspires us to let go of our old self and allow for new transformation. And so it's really helpful, especially as we're creating those new routines with ourselves and just really wanting to ground into the energy of especially the new version of ourselves that we're wanting to create. So during Capricorn time and season, I really love this oil for that. You can also use patchouli on any of the Capricorn moons throughout the year. So every month you'll have the opportunity to pull out patchouli for that Capricorn moon if you like. So you can use it in lots of different ways. Or if there's a planet that you're working with in Capricorn, patchouli would be a good way to do that as well. And that would be true with any of the essential oils that I mention. So with Capricorn, patchouli is my favorite for this time of year. So let's talk about Melissa. Oh my gosh, I love Melissa. Whenever I feel a little flight of depression or feeling a little under the weather emotionally, I open up the bottle of Melissa. You don't even have to take a drop. Oh my gosh, it just smells so good. I love it so much. It's just a really dynamic oil of really high vibrations. And that's why it's one of my favorite oils for Jupiter. So, really, Melissa helps us connect to the truth of our heart's desires and what it is for our capacity to love. So, what is our desire that we have deep within us, and how do we bring that out in a loving way? How do we bring our heart and our mind together so that it can be congruent? And so that's really what Melissa is really powerful at being and doing for our lives. It just helps just clear away the shit that gets the stuckness, the things we get stuck and attached to. And it really helps us get to the core of our being and our truth. And it's just so dynamic for that. So, whenever you're working with Sagittarius or Pisces, or when you're working with Jupiter, really good oil for that, just to tap into what is your highest truth, your highest potential, and being able to really help elevate your essence. Melissa is a great way to do that. When I diffuse these two oils together, I'm going to diffuse them together for these 10 days of the month. So for this first decan, patchouli, I usually put in 3 drops, and Melissa, it's really powerful. It just needs 1. And every day, my diffuser is going all day long, and it really just helps me blend these oils into my decan ritual practice that I have. So, hope you enjoy, and I'd love to hear how this works for you. All right, y'all, that is my presentation on Capricorn Decan 1. I hope that you enjoyed. Please like, follow, subscribe. That means the world to me and helps promote and helps encourage me to do more of these videos. I'd love to hear your comments. Once again, if you want to reach out and connect with me, you can do so on any of my platforms, my website, my Facebook page, Instagram, TikTok. as well as here on YouTube, of course. So I hope you enjoyed this and found it beneficial. And check out the next decan of Capricorn, Capricorn Decan 2. See y'all.